Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Guanyin practice. Here we are. And we today I wanted to just make an announcement right up front. If you are chanting along with me any day, please put your count in the comments. That way I can add it to the total count of Guanyin mantras that we're doing. Last week, our Guanyin's Millionaires group, who are dedicated to counting our recitations every day, we accomplished 20,000 in the first week. That's just like, wow, 20,000 in the first week. I have to say, it's awesome to have a team of people who are willing to chant with me and to log your recitations. So if you chant along with me on here, please make sure to put your recitations in the comments. It's 108 if you do the full round of mantras of either one. But usually we do 108 of each, and that's still just 108 because it's 108 of each. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We are working first with our short practice for the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple's monthly practice. And in November, we do our practice to Santa Muerte. And thank you to my friends and people all around the world who have comforted me, and we've been consoling each other on the loss of our friend Hannah. It's been not even a week yet, and it still just feels so unreal, like surreal, but it's happening. And her temple is holding beautiful vigil for her, really sacred and solemn vigil for her. So even though I can't be there and many of us can't be there, we know that the work is being done to help her spirit. And several of us have now had signs, dreams, and other phenomena that show us that she has crossed over to the other shore. And all of us will cross over to that shore one day. And that is why we do this practice. Madre mía Santa Muerte, ante las dificultades de la vida, ayúdame. En mis desaciertos, ilumíname. En mis soledades, acompáñeme. En las horas difíciles, consuélame. En más tentaciones, defiéndeme. En las penas y tristezas, fortaléceme. Con tu inmenso poder, protégeme. Con tu infinito amor, ámame. Con tu gran bondad, mírame. Con tu mano providente, guíame. Así sea por siempre. Amen. And we're remembering Hannah. We're also remembering Medade's grandmother, who passed in the last day or so as well. Today, let's see what our divination is. Yesterday, we were with Tezcatlipoca and his smoky mirror. And it does feel like there's a kind of an energetic smokiness that we're still working through collectively. Someone mentioned, like, I know that it's naive, but I thought somehow that maybe after the election, things would just start getting better, but COVID cases are still getting worse. People are still suffering and struggling greatly. There are still many challenges, we're in for a walk back from this shadowy place that we've gone collectively. But today we have the Quetzal, the sacred bird of Guatemala, very holy bird with beautiful long tail feathers. A breathtakingly beautiful and sacred bird, the resplendent Quetzal lives high in the tropical jungle known as the cloud forest. Its yard-long iridescent green tail feathers were prized for their beauty and used in ceremonial headdresses. Like jade, the green Quetzal feathers were equated with water, vegetation, and the fecundity of the earth. The word Quetzal is synonymous with the word precious. Because its natural habitat is high in the mountains of the mist-covered cloud forest, the Quetzal is related to the celestial region, bringing a connection between earth and the upper levels of the heavens. Babies were compared to Quetzal feathers, both considered precious gifts from the sky. When the Quetzal flies into your life, it brings precious gifts from the celestial realms of beauty, liberty, abundance, prosperity, illumination, and sacred knowledge. Open your arms and your heart to receive and trust your inner divine wisdom. Definitely today is a day for us to turn our minds, especially since we've been dealing with the smoky mirrors of reality, to turn our minds toward gratitude for all that we have in our lives that is precious, the things that genuinely matter, our loved ones, our genuine friendships, the people who are really there for us, the times that we've had great joy and laughter, and especially for those of us who are grieving a loss, gratitude for all the time that we had with that person. Years, how wonderful that we got to have years together. And the other thing is to look at what you do have in terms of your abundance, your prosperity, your security and stability. One of the hardest things is that when one does not feel secure or stable, and I know this from my personal experience, when one doesn't have that sense of security and stability financially, it's hard to conjure the gratitude because the hunger for that security is so great. But the true security that we can find in this life does not come from money, does not come from having things, does not even come from the illusion of stability that some of us have. The true security comes from within, from knowing that no matter what happens, we are okay. We're okay at a deep level, and that we can bring our inner okay out to the world. So today, we're tasked with connecting with the gratitude for what we do have, no matter what it is that we don't have, and remembering that that gratitude will attract more, support, will attract more abundance, will attract more people, will attract more opportunities, and that that gratitude, like the precious Quetzal feather, is that pathway into heaven on earth. So that's our short bit for today. And if you would like to stay for Guanyin, please make sure to mark your counts in the comments at the end. So let's begin that practice now with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Gurube. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today. We're holding Medade, who lost her grandmother, but whose grandmother did live to a ripe old age and had a very beautiful spirit, beautiful smile, a kind woman. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Okay, this is not yet. 108 recitations now of Namo Guanxin Pusa. Awakening the field of Guanyin within our heart and bringing it out into the world around us. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin 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 Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Whatever actions you engage in, do not do anything non-dharmic that fails to become the accumulation of merit and wisdom. Do not desire anything other than omniscient Buddhahood and benefiting sentient beings. Do not be attached to anything. Attachment itself is the root of bondage. Do not criticize other teachings and do not disparage people. All the teachings are ultimately indivisible, like the taste of salt. Do not criticize any of the higher or lower vehicles. They are identical in being the path to be journeyed, just like the steps on a staircase. You cannot know another person unless you can perceive with super knowledge, so do not criticize others. In general, all sentient beings are by their very nature spontaneously perfect Buddhas. They possess the essence of enlightenment. Do not examine other people's faults or delusions. Do not examine the limitations of others. Examine how you can change your own. Do not examine the shortcomings of others, but examine your own shortcomings. The greatest of evils is to hold religious prejudice and to criticize other people without knowing their mind. So give up prejudice as if it were poison. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum. And we're sending that Guanyin heart light out into the world to all who need it. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. And may we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guan Shi Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, and a bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And wishing everybody a day of gratitude, inner peace, a sense of sanctuary, floating in the cloud forest of your own dreams of a brighter day ahead. Be back tomorrow. And don't forget to post your counts. Okay, bye.